Just keep it going. Just keep it going.
Warning. Stand by for countdown. Prepare audience for maximum impact. Full immersion begins in.
My black people, it's all about the unity. It's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody moving me. I'm a power man. No. Yes, I'm a soul man.
You couldn't be so. You couldn't be so. You couldn't be so.
They see something that I don't see. What can you learn from a bum, Omar? Shamsuddin? What I learned from a bum, maybe it's what not to do.
Nobody takes down Snub 7 easy. There's a reason why, after 100 channels destroyed, Snub 7 is still here. There's a reason if you don't take me seriously.
Don't you know we're talking about a revolution song? Don't you know talking about a revolution song? Don't you know we're talking about a revolution song?
ni wavami awoz mezani awodat uregi kama methali kama ncheka uko kwa table champagne pombe mezani mambusi getani pass me puff then ongeza majani kwani kuna mtatani hey hadi gani wako hadi maututi hadi hatari take deep plus soup ndo mandhari atleta from far wanalamba vidole ni beat so sweet then piga vidonge high five why lie.
Don't you know? Talking about a revolution song. Don't you know? Talking about a revolution song. Don't you know? Talking about a revolution song. Tonight, we wanna have the time of our life. We don't.
People all over the world.
I can handle the hot question. See, they say that Angel Snub Nub 7 don't care about the people. But Angel Snub Nub 7 cares about the people because I'm bold enough to tell you the truth, and I don't give a damn if you give me a dime. I'm not looking for your money.
My black people, it's all about the unity. There's nothing they can do with us, so ain't nobody.
We are in a state of emergency. Prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here it go.
Free your mind.
It's your clothing. Just keep it going.
Hey, Angel Snub 7. What's going on? Oh man, y'all go over there and subscribe to our brother Angel Snub 7. This man has overcome some stuff that I don't think the average individual could overcome and fight their way out of. You're a true warrior. I got a lot of respect for you. I know you done been through a lot of stuff on YouTube, but these people could not walk in your shoes and come out. They couldn't. Angel Snub 7, y'all. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel. I'm telling y'all, this man is like a real warrior. Like, he's a fighter, the real kind, not the one that just be talking and running their mouth. The one that really fights and keeps going and going and going. Even when even when the chips are down, you got people that get up, dust their stuff off, and keep going. That's what Angel Snub 7 does.
It's your clothing. Just keep it going.
You were saying earlier, T?
What I was saying was.
Now, what was that you were saying earlier, T?
What I was saying was. What you do?
What you do?
Where you at?
Where you at?
Oh, you got plans.
Oh, you got plans.
Don't say that.
Shut your trap.
Unless you hear.
Unless you hear. Open
It's your clothing. Just keep it going.
coming.
Come on through.
Come on, y'all. We want to see you.
It's going down tonight, y'all.
Throughout the 19th century and all across the United States, brand new settlements popped up along the American landscape as folks migrated west. Towns were especially seen post-Civil War, when the country wasn't embroiled by conflict and could focus more on westward expansion. No such town defines this latter sentimentality quite like Wild West lore, both built and established entirely by African Americans during the Reconstruction period. To understand more about its longevity and surviving the test of time, as well as to shine light onto one of the most fascinating bits of American history. Here is a closer look.
Bro, you a genius. I ain't gonna lie. I swear, you're gonna go down like a Elijah Muhammad or a Malcolm X with this one. You finna go down in history with this one. I swear to God, bro. Yeah, but bro, you know, you your own. You different, bro. I mean, to think of that. I mean, bro, this is genius. Like, I don't just say stuff. Like, I swear to you are really on something to come up with this. I don't know how you came up with this.
Now, what was that you were saying earlier, T? What I was saying was, what you do? What you do? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, you got plans? Oh, you got plans? Don't say that. Shut your trap. Unless you hear. Unless you.
I'm ready. I've always been ready. 2 years old. I'm ready. That's up. Joseph, I'm not Mr. Trust me.
We didn't have a choice. We was already doing for ourselves. We don't need to believe no more. We need to know.
Come on through, y'all. It's going down tonight, y'all. Come on through. Come on, y'all. We want to see you. It's going down tonight, y'all.
I'm not going to help nobody. Something my Negroes don't help. If I'm going to die, I'll die now.
In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another spontaneous broadcast of what we call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, the host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angus Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. It's not my intent to keep us long. I just wanted to make a few points and get out of here. on this holiday that is called Veterans Day. I hope that your Veterans Day is peaceful. I hope that you are enjoying your family, your friends, and enjoying your life to the best that you can be. And this is Veterans Day, where we remember those who have fallen on the battlefield in defense of the rights and privileges that we have today in this nation called the United States of America. Of course, if we are Black American, African American, foundational Black Americans, descendants of slaves, those who suffered during Jim Crow, if you're coming from our point of view, we might see it a little different because of our struggle in this nation. However, we have had family members who have died in foreign lands, in Cambodia, Vietnam. We've been in Afghanistan. We've been in Iraq. We've been wherever the leaders of this nation want us to go. Our relatives, many of them who have now passed and many of them who are in the military right now, that's where you will find us. And our history, the Black American history in the military, goes all the way back to almost to the Civil War, our participation in the defense of this nation, who turned right around and cursed our skin color and made our ancestors slaves. This is one of the reasons why so many Black Americans, we understand what Veterans Day is about, but we don't understand those who voluntarily join in a people or participate and want to die for a nation that allowed citizens to lynch our ancestors, to rape our ancestors during slavery and even after slavery, and even in modern day times, we suffer injustice. So the old song from the Civil Rights era, "We Shall Overcome," this song is still sung because we have not overcame. And at the rate that we're going, we will not overcome. And sometimes it's not even meant for you to overcome. You should be looking for a different avenue. Not that you should not overcome, but you should look at what you want to overcome in a different mindset. But that's another topic. And we want to just remember our fallen family members. And for me, I have family members like all of us. We have family members that have fallen and they serve in the military and are veterans in this nation's military. But for me, I take it a step further. I take it a step further because the real veterans that I admire are those who participated in the Civil Rights era. Those who were Nation of Islam, those who were Black Panthers, those who were part of any organization, any individuals who are still living that participated so that my walk in this nation could be easier. Happy Veterans Day. And it is so sad that many of our people are still in prison or they are in exile, fighting for us. You made those what to to do us evil, we don't want to celebrate. Remember this day, the real veterans. I remember Malcolm, and I remember Carmichael. I remember Huey P. Newton. We want to remember. I remember my sister Assata Shakur still in exile in Cuba. I remember Fred Hampton. My veterans. You don't have to remember, but here, these are my veterans, my soldiers. I'm a veteran. Jordan Lewis Farrakhan being an FOI, hitting these streets, going out, not on a computer, going out, talking to the masses personally, one-on-one, knocking on doors every day. Trying to find a different way, trying to improve our condition. The veterans, all FOI, all those who fought for the struggle. The real veterans. Nat Turner, a real veteran. All those who came together, whether their rebellion was successful or it failed, it don't make any difference. They were warriors. They were veterans at war. Happy Veterans Day to me, our real veterans. Something has to be wrong with somebody who want to fight for a nation that has not done nothing to fight for you. But that's a different topic also. Why we would want to do that. I personally couldn't do it, but I almost got caught up in it. I almost went to the military, but I was influenced by Nation of Islam teachings, and I, at the last minute, I changed my mind. You're not going to use me after what you have done to our people for over 300 years. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to bleed. I'm not going to suffer for this nation. And they give you what? Nothing but more hell, more trouble. So why would you want to fight? It makes no sense. Happy day. Happy Veterans Day to our real veterans. I want to spend a few minutes speaking on the recent election and the results of that election. As I'm not a political person, but clearly I have to get involved and I have to begin to understand and what the political process is in this nation, because we have something here called the Mississippi campaign. And it's a political. So I must begin to understand the politics of this nation, how politics work in this nation. So we might be in this position maybe one day. We can learn from the successes of those who came before us. I wanted to talk about this topic right after Vice President Harris, she conceded to Donald Trump. I wanted to talk about this, but I'm glad I waited. Because when we're emotional or don't have any facts, then when we open our mouth, then what we bring, best presentation of the facts. There's an old saying that many of us, we never take that advice because we get so locked up in emotion. It's an old saying called leap. The reason why us staying, the reason why so many of us, we can't get nothing really going is because we don't look before we leap. We just leap. Because it looks good. Because that's what I want to do. I feel like leaping it. I remember when I was a teenager, we went out to the river. And look before you leap. I did look, but I did not really examine. I didn't really take a thorough look. I just saw, we was walking in this water and I saw a place that I wanted to leap so I can get out of this water and get to dry land. I just wanted to leap. So I leaped. But in this area, there's formations in the water that look solid, but they're not. They look like hard rocks that you can jump onto. They're not hard rocks. Some type of quicksand, some type of thick mud. So I leaped. Myself and my friend, we was walking and we leaped because we thought that was a good place to jump. And it wasn't quicksand, but whatever it was, we hit it and we went deep. That mud reached all the way up to our kneecaps, you know, way up, almost to our waist. We was deep in the mud. But had we examined it really, you know, took a stick or something and, you know, and poked at it or whatever, we could have saw that that was not really something solid that you want to jump up on. Look before you leap. We don't look before we leap. We just like to leap. And that's what you see all over in the Black American community. We're a bunch of leapers. We just like to jump. Because it makes us feel, because we act on emotion. We really don't take the time to examine and see really what's there. And then we end up in the mud, waist deep, crying. And so, my friend, we missed the bus, which the bus wasn't going to allow us to get on the bus. We covered in mud. And then as we walk, all kinds of weeds and straw stick to the mud. Nobody's going to allow us to get in that vehicle. We started walking home. Just so happened it was this guy, a white guy, had a truck, he going down, and he saw how pitiful we were. He asked us boys, he asked us boys, because we were boys, we was teenagers, we still boys. He asked us, and he wasn't no racist type person to my eye. He just saw some children, some teenagers. We was messed up. And we was like, what, 5 miles from home, something like that. And he offered us a ride in his truck. It just so happened, even though we was all covered in mud, we could ride in the back of his truck. And that's how we got home. So, but we wouldn't have been in bad shape had we looked before we leaped. Like I said, we did look, but we did not really thoroughly examine where we was leaping. And that's a big problem with the Black American in this country, because we act on emotion. We act on what makes us feel good, and we really don't examine nothing. So I want to examine some things. I wonder if we learned anything from this election. Now, I don't know if you learned anything or not. I'm just going to express how I feel. Because I don't know enough black folks to say this or that. So I'm just going to present what I see. I want to examine this. I want to look before I leap. I had a whole different viewpoint a few days ago. And I'm glad I waited so I can really look at things more clearly than based upon my emotion or my ego, or I'm happy because somebody lost, or whatever it is. I want to look at this thing thoroughly. So the day after the election, we saw Kamala Harris. She waited till the next day to concede to Donald Trump. And I could see she put on a face. But there's some things that you cannot hide. She tried to be her regular self, but you could tell she was hurting really, really bad. And we know that she's hurting really, really bad because had she won, she would have spoke when she should have. But when you hurting and you believe your own hype and it didn't go your way, you got to take some time. And I'm pretty sure her husband said, oh, he has to comfort her. I'm very sure. You can hear in her voice she was hurt. You can see in her body language she was hurt. You can see that she couldn't hide that. And a lot of her supporters, some of them was angry. They made angry videos the next day. She should have talked to us, the day of the election night, early election night, early in the morning, 4 in the morning, whatever it was. They was very angry. She exposed herself. She wasn't a leader, which could be true. Some of her supporters was really, really angry because she did not speak. She waited till the next day in the afternoon to talk to them. People hurt. And I sort of thought that too at first, that she should have spoke. Who am I to judge anybody? Who are you to judge anybody? You didn't lose this big election. You don't have millions and millions of people looking at you. Who are we to judge anybody? Kamala, considering she only had 100 days, she put up a good fight. She put up a big fight considering where she come from, because she's carrying the baggage of Biden's 4 years. She can say, I'm not like Biden. You can say that all that you want to, but you are part of the Biden administration. That's your greatest uphill battle. If you really was looking at what's going on, that was her greatest battle. Because you telling me about what you will do and blah, blah, blah. But what have you done in the last 4 years, lady? Like I said in an earlier video, she cannot prove with any kind of documentation, or is there any type of testimony where as vice president, you was telling Joe Biden
and that Biden administration, I think that you should do this and you should do that. I don't agree with that. No, you didn't. You was part of that party. But there's a burden that you have to carry back. And saying, I'm not going to be like Joe Biden. When you was part of that, you cannot erase that. You're part of it for the last 4 years. If it was a good 4 years, they're going to put you in office. If it was a good 4 years, you wouldn't even have to change places with Joe Biden. But everybody knows there's a problem. During the Biden administration, people have not forgot. The administration forced the jab. We know what the jab is. We can't say that on social media. Forced the jab on the citizens all over the country. And if next year those who took the jab, if something goes wrong with your body because of the jab, you cannot even sue the makers because this is an emergency, so you cannot sue. But I didn't want it. You forced me because you threatened my job. I didn't want it, but I can't sue. Now I'm all messed up. It was almost like martial law under the Biden administration because of this jab. And people, you think people just forgot. They have not forgot, Kamala. Now look, there was something that Elijah Muhammad told Malcolm when John F. Kennedy was murdered. He said, don't speak. Don't y'all say nothing about this man. We should not speak ill of Kamala Harris. We should really be quiet. You should really look before you leap. Because millions of people voted for her. Millions, not a few thousand, millions voted for her. Millions still love Kamala Harris. You won, be happy, go about your business. But no! Some of us got the big mouth like Dr. Umar Johnson trying to score some points. She should have came out there and told the people this and that. You didn't even vote, Negro. Who the hell are you to tell anybody what she should and should not have done? You didn't even vote. If we do not vote, and I'm talking about myself, but I never do this. I don't talk about folks because I did not vote. I have no comment. I didn't vote. The only ones who can comment and say something, right or wrong, are those who participated in the voting process. I can't say nothing. I can say something now. I'm a first-time voter, but I've never said nothing about these things because I did not vote. And now Dr. Umar Johnson, because he has a few subscribers, a few people paying attention to him, now he declares himself as some kind of black leader. Nobody voted for you, Negro. Raise your hand out there. How many of you voted for Dr. Umar Johnson to be some black leader? This Negro cannot even open up a school. Been working on a school since 2014 or longer. He's the black leader. Lead us where? Do what for us? And even the people that support you really don't support you because they have the money, could have built that school long time ago. But they stopped giving you their money like that. Send you a few dollars, blah, 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 blah. You're not no leader like that. And even somebody like Louis Farrakhan don't have schools everywhere. because he don't get that kind of support either. It's a lot to do going when you talk about building a school. They support Umar Johnson because of the idea of the school, not the reality of the school. And some of them will even tell you they fall in love with the idea of the school. They know this school will never be a reality. They know it. They love the idea. Like some of y'all go to church, you go to the mosque. I love the idea. The belief of God gonna do this and God gonna do that. You're in love with the idea. You're in love with the belief, but you know deep down in your heart it ain't real. You know the probability is really, really low. But that's how we are. We like to attach ourselves to that which is unrealistic. We should not, it is not wise at this time to speak ill of Kamala Harris. She did put up a good fight. You who voted for Trump or whatever, enjoy your win, go about your business. But then, of course, there's always parasites. There's always leeches trying to get some brownie points. Dr. Umar Johnson is one of those. Shut your damn mouth. You don't know nothing about this woman. You did not participate in the process. Shut the hell up. I'm a black leader. Lead somebody where? So Elijah Muhammad told Malcolm, Elijah Muhammad told the Nation of Islam when John F. Kennedy was murdered, be quiet. Don't say nothing. There's nothing to say. Leave her alone. She put up a good fight and she hurt. So respect her as a human being, as you want to be treated. We all know how it hurts to lose something. This woman had millions of people looking at, not a few people on the side. We lose a basketball game or whatever, and people watch us. No, that you have millions, you have the world looking at you. Leave her alone. Let her be. She didn't do nothing wrong. She put up a good fight. She was fighting some odds because of the hype. She was fighting some odds she couldn't see clearly. And those who are out there, you could not see what you really was facing. Because you have this idea. You fell in love with this idea. And if you really understood what you was facing, it was unrealistic. And you got a reality check election night. Beyond your dreams, you couldn't believe it. I saw a video, black women crying. One lady was talking about, we going into slavery because of Donald Trump and all these names they put on Donald Trump. He's a racist and blah, blah, blah. Did you go to slavery in 2016? He was president in 2016. When did you go into slavery? We going into slavery because of Donald Trump. The whole nation is a slave plantation. All this racism, all this crap was going on before this man was born. They trying to blame white supremacy and racism on Donald Trump. You can't do that. This all was in existence way before this man was born. And when he was president, he didn't do no different than any other president. You didn't go in no slavery. Apparently, you don't know Joe Biden's history. You got a lot of old suckers in the Congress and the Senate right now. They was alive when our people was getting lynched. They was alive. They were applauding. They was having a good time when Dr. King and our people was getting bit by dogs and spraying with fire hoses. Long before there was a Donald Trump. How many dogs bit you? How many fire hoses have you faced? But you're going to go into slavery because of Donald Trump. But you wasn't in slavery then. Falling in love with this false idea. Living in this fantasy world. Still living off the dream Dr. King talked about 50 years ago. And you've done nothing to add to the dream. Only thing you know how to do is sit on your ass and benefit from the dream. And every 4 years, you feel like you're part of something and put your and go into the ballot box and put a little dot somewhere. That's the best your ass can do. All these changes, all these things take people who are willing to sacrifice and sometimes die. You're not willing to do that. So in Kamala Harris, they saw and fell in love with the idea. Because it was easy, it's something easy to do. So what did Kamala Harris do? Kamala Harris put on a show that got folks caught up. Oh, Beyonce endorsed Kamala Harris. Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. All these entertainers. What kind of entertainers? A lot of women with thongs in their backside. Tattoos all over their body. Women that cuss, profane and nasty and disgusting. This is not to make mockery, but this is just the reality of it. You got somebody like Beyonce that believe her own hype. I'm going to be a country singer. You done did R&B or whatever for years and years and years. All of a sudden, I'm going to be a country singer. And she thought because of her celebrity that she would be embraced by folks in country. That's not how it works. You're not a country singer. There's a lot of artists who have put country type songs on their albums, but they don't claim I'm trying to be a country singer. Embarrassing. That's not how things work. That's just like a country singer trying to be R&B, and we know you're a country singer. That's not how it works. If you want to be a country singer, you got to do it little by little. Oh, no, I'm Beyonce. I can just become a country singer overnight. That's not how it works. You ain't never seen country women in country act like Beyonce, dress like Beyonce. They don't do that in country. You can be freakish, you can be nasty and rock and roll and this new R&B, and you can be disgusting. What do they do in country? They talk about a truck. They make songs talking about a truck. I love my black truck. Get in my truck. We go to the bar. I love my black truck. What do they do in rap? What do they do in the R&B now? Y'all freakish and nasty and disgusting. With all your tattoos and all this long hair and all these pieces of steel with the beads all in your nose look like savages. And she want to bring that to the country. You got Usher running around half naked. You believe your own hype. That's good for some folks. But see, when you're running for president of the United States, you have to understand the people, not what you want. And see, that's the thing about black leadership, the black conscious community. They only interested in what they want. We have 40 million plus black Americans in this country. They don't know how to talk. Umar Johnson don't know how to talk to the people. So how the hell you gonna be a black leader and you don't know how to talk to the people? Talking all this Pan-African garbage. When the people don't accept that. Only a small minority care about being some Pan-African. They're not interested. They're not interested in no Muslim. Our people, they admire you and they respect the Moorish Science Temple. They will respect the Hebrew Israelites. They will respect. That's not them. That's you and your clique. You cannot be, when you become a black leader, you have to take consideration of all the blackness, including the homosexual community, the bisexual community, whatever we want, whatever this stuff that you have to take consideration of what we are. Kamala Harris concentrated on those who are basically like herself. You're not going to win the election without turning over some of the Trump supporters to your side. They learned that the hard way. I remember when I ran for president in grade school. I was a nerd, a nobody, whatever. I was going up against this girl, and she was popular. But not only was she popular, she was a girl, and the girls outnumbered the boys. There's no way I could win without some girls voting for me. And so, of course, the strategy is all the girls simply vote for her, and that popular girl, she's already popular, the popular girl gonna win. The only way I could win, I had to be able to turn that vote, some of those votes from the girls to me. That's the only way I could win. So we gave our speeches. I didn't do nothing special. I didn't talk about I'm gonna give you some candy or whatever. I just told them how I felt about being your president and what I could try to do as your president. And not only was I speaking to the boys, I was speaking to the students. I was speaking to the students, male and female. I wasn't trying to direct my attention to the boys. I wasn't trying to direct my attention to the girls. I'm talking to the students. What do you want as a student? Not as a boy, not as a girl, as a student. And so election day came, and that popular girl knows she had it in the bag. Because she knows she have all the girl votes. But when the votes was counted, I won. Because I was able to convince some of those girls to come to my side. And I won. Because I was able to talk to the students instead of the boys or the girls. I talked to us as students. Kamala Harris decided to concentrate on those who were like herself. that liked her rhetoric. And of course, Donald Trump did his thing. But in order to beat him, you're going to have to take some of his supporters. That's the only way you're going to be able to beat him. You're going to have to talk to the people. Donald Trump won because whether you like it or not, Donald Trump talked to the people. And see, what you don't understand, or what we didn't understand, the masses of the people don't listen to the media like they used to. They call it fake news. And I saw with my own eyes, I'm not even participating, but the little that I saw these news organizations. They treated Kamala different than Donald Trump. They had a bias. They did not treat them equal. They gave her an advantage. And people can see this. Donald Trump won the popular vote. That should tell you something. He won the popular vote by millions. By millions. Donald Trump won the first-time voters. People that didn't vote at all. My first time voting. Who you going to vote for the first time? I'm going to vote for Donald Trump. Over 50%. There's a reason for this. Kamala Harris and her people concentrate on the hype. You're not concentrating on the people. You're only concentrating on what you want. We tired of the races. We tired of people being mean. We got to respect each other and blah, blah. That's not the reality of the United States. You're not talking real stuff. They caught up in the idea. So you have a lot of black women especially caught up in the hype. Going back to Obama days. The first black woman president. You're not looking at the whole picture. Only what you want. Oh, the first black woman president. You're not looking at the whole picture and seeing the people themselves. This man is talking about the Latinos. They voted for him. I'm going to deport so-and-so. They voted for him. They supported him. We see the numbers. Where did it all go wrong? Because you're not paying attention. You're not looking before you leap. You're only thinking about yourself. So that's why we don't have black leadership in this country. Hey, April. That's why we don't have black leadership in this country. Because anybody that's coming up is not talking to the people. They only talking about what they want. You should be a Muslim. You should be a foundational black American. You should be nobody asking, what do the people want? You can't be a black leader and you don't have no connection to the people themselves. And that's where the Democratic Party, Kamala Harris, that's where they went wrong. Because you concentrate on what you want. This idea of this beautiful America, because she kept saying it all the time. You don't want to get caught with the bad guy. You want us to be the bad guy. What are you going to give us? The last 4 years? The people are looking at the last 4 years. They get angry at the black men. But the black men have now come to the point where they come up out of the hype and just looking at the reality of how I'm living. Every time you look at the TV, people was asking, they was asked questions, how was you living? Times got hard for me. I know my favorite fish, I love salmon. My fish went from $5, now it's $9 for a fillet of salmon. That's how bad prices. People are, I'm paying, my rent is high. My food is high. And now you got these wars. You got 2 wars going on. Giving these people billions of dollars but can't give the American citizens a damn thing. Something is wrong. All these things should have been worked out by the Democratic before election. The election day even the election process even began. You got problems. So Kamala has an uphill climb here. You're not talking about economics, because if you talk about economics, what have the Biden administration done the last 4 years? We know their immigration position is messed up. You think that don't affect folks? They just ignore it? They're going to ignore all this crap because Beyonce, and I have an endorsement by Taylor Swift. So on election day, they got a rude awakening. You believe your own hype. And so when you get the results, you don't even have the strength to come before the people because you're crying. You're emotional. And that's something that you cannot hide because you believe in the show that you put on that satisfied a certain group, but it did not serve the masses of the people, whether you like it or not. How can I get a Trump supporter on my side? You don't care. Well, if you don't care, because you need Trump supporters that support that man, that understand his idea where he's coming from. Sometimes we don't like how people talk, like Angel Snuffing Upset. Because I don't make you feel good. I said some things that hurt people's feelings. They don't like how Trump say certain things and want to do certain things because it hurt your feelings. And that's what you try to do. Try to babysit people. You cannot be a leader being a babysitter. You cannot do that. It's 200 million some people in this country. You talking to this little clique. And this look, you got Oprah Winfrey. I don't hear these folks talking about the election. Now, maybe you have. I'm not into social media like that. Whatever. I don't hear Oprah Winfrey. I haven't heard what Beyonce have to say about the election. Usher and Gorilla, whatever this woman name, Megan the Stallion, the Megan the Goat, whatever she calls herself. I don't know. All these people, whatever. All of them went silent, caught up in the hype. You put up a good fight, but you're not talking to the people. You're not listening to the people. When you hear Trump supporters, you're not really listening to them. I don't agree. You need them. Just like when I was running for president, I needed the girls' vote. Plus, I like the girls. I like the girls. Come on, girls, vote for me now. I know I'm a nerd. You know, I know I'm really pathetic, whatever, but I'm gonna look out for the girls too. You didn't do that. And you fail hard. Will the Democratic Party, will they really learn anything? Will you, as Black America, will you learn anything from this? What have you learned? You ain't learned a damn thing. Don't keep doing the same crap. So with black women in this election, they fell in love with the idea of a black woman president. There's nothing wrong with that. But she's not the one. She's not the one. And you can see that, but you're so in love with the idea, like you're in love with the idea. You're in love with the idea of Umar Johnson and this black school, this African school. The original children who's supposed to have went to this school, they are grown and have children of their own. That's how long. But this is the black leader. He can only talk to brothers and sisters who are like himself. But there are 40 million black folks, brothers and sisters, soul brothers and sisters in this country, not interested in being a Pan-African, not interested in being a Moor, not interested in being a nation of Islam. They're not interested in that. I just want to be a black American. I just want my life to be better. Talk to me. They cannot. That's why you can't. They're not black leaders, because they're not talking to the people. Like she did not talk to the American people. She talked about the American people. You don't know nothing about no American people. You're not listening. And the result of this election show that you're not listening. And there's no Illuminati. There's no special whatever that's asking these people. Ain't no Illuminati came to me. I voted for the first time this year. Ain't no Illuminati. Ain't no special forces. Nobody came to me and told me how to vote and what to do. You just not communicating with the people. You only can communicate. You didn't even ask the folk, the people. What am I doing wrong? Am I missing something? Ask the people. What am I doing wrong? How can I get you to vote for me? Ask a Trump supporter. Ask those who support Trump, the Republican Party. What can I do to get you to vote for me? You don't even ask. You didn't even ask, because we're arrogant and pompous. Nose full of Beyonce perfume. And all them freaky dancers running around on the stage. You put on a good concert, but you fell short when it came to the election. Maybe they need to go, maybe the Democratic Party need to go into entertainment, put on concerts. They do a good job putting on. I mean, thousands of people come out. But look at the result. It don't mean nothing. Except feel-good rhetoric. We're going to go into slavery. Hey, Negro, you ain't going into slavery. You never left the plantation. How you going to go into slavery? You're already a damn slave. We're going to go into slavery. You're already there. Hitler or something. This man ain't done nothing no different than any other president. He's a because you're not connected to the people. See, I knew Trump was going to be president. A lot of us knew. You are. The Democratic Party kept attacking this man, using their resources to attack this man. This bull crap tribe, Storm Daniels tribe. They were in their position out of the, they knew what the deal was. Nobody cared about it. A much respected judge, Judge Judy Scheitland, the Judge Judy show, she was asked about Donald Trump and this trial. He's convicted 30 34 counts, whatever it is. She said, that's a waste of time. What's the benefit? You spend all this money, all these millions of dollars and stuff to try to get this man. For what? If this was ordinary, we wouldn't even give a damn about Donald Trump and a porn star. They wouldn't care nothing about that. Spend millions of dollars. Now they look so stupid. They look idiot. The Democratic Party looks stupid. And black folks will continue to hold on to massa. Lyndon B. Johnson said back when they established the civil rights era, we're going to give these Negroes these crumbs, and they're going to be loyal to us for the next 200 years. And so I have to applaud black men. I have to applaud the black men because they turn around and tell Lyndon B. Johnson it took a long time, but that's a damn lie. And if the brothers stay on the course, they should want to develop their own political party. The hell with the Democrats and the Republicans. That should be your next step. Because Donald Trump is not your savior. None of these suckers is your savior. None of them is looking out for you. You have to look out for yourself and make them respect you. So when they want to be president, I wonder what those black men want. That's the kind of influence that you have. They come to you. You don't go to them. They will come to you. That's your next step, black man. Ain't no white man your savior. You are your savior. That's your next step. And when we stand up and be men, these black women start this damn crime and they will follow your lead. When you do the appropriate thing and you are successful at it. They cry now, they whimper now because they don't see us as leaders. We're not leading them nowhere. But when you begin to function like a full functioning man, they'll drop those damn tears. The brothers got something they right. When we get our act together. And out of all the presidents we've ever had in our generation, Donald Trump is not traditional. He's unorthodox. Probably the only president that can really give you something. Work with. What you gonna give him? See, that's the problem. President, if Trump's okay, don't want. You really don't even say you have no vision. You know what to do. That's why. That's why. That's why we SNIFFY campaign. We got something to give. We got a foundation. Come Trump. He's out of all the presidents that will respect enough what we want, if we know what we want. So fake news made Trump. They play that over and over. They play it over. Anything they thought they could use, they did. But see, I understand people. The people wasn't tripping off of that. The masses wasn't tripping off. Them laughed at, I'm voting for Trump. They what they got to do with me? They're not listening to the media. They looked up, but they looking. The people are looking at the whole situation. Oh, they looking at the trial. Oh, he's a felon. 34 counts. They make him stronger. Only made the man stronger. to murder and hold it. That's the imagery. You made his base strong when man shot in here, or it was however y'all want. It don't make no difference. The image of that man, I said, that's over. This man is going to be president. Another sucker they kept trying to shoot the man. There's no nation at Kamala. No. This man is becoming a folks are getting excited. You trying to kill this man. So somebody be up there trying to kill him. While Kamala Harris is partying. Then what do Trump call Biden? Sleepy Joe? Sleepy Joe come on, makes it even worse. Talk about how nasty Trump supporters, something to that effect about the Trump supporters. You're just making this man stronger and stronger and don't even know it. You're not going to realize your mistake until election day. Here, I'm not even political. I really don't even know what's going on. I'm on the outside looking in, and the only thing I can see is this man is going to be president. That's all I can see. Because, see, I know about hype. Thousands of people. See, I know how you feel because I'm a victim. I've done that too. Thousands of people come to hear Minister Farrakhan. And we get caught up in the hype. But nothing is being produced. Nothing of substance being produced. Here's a little guy in Mississippi that has a limited income with his people, practicing the same teachings, and they have a school. They're not Dr. Umar Johnson. They have a school. They have a little barbershop. They're self-sufficient. They got chickens that lay eggs, and they're making their little bean pies, and they get along with all their neighbors in the community, and they're doing their thing. And they're doing their thing. I should have supported that. But I was caught up in the hype. And don't have nothing. Didn't get nothing. The only one who got rich was Louis Farrakhan. Even to this day, they have nothing. Because he's not a black leader. A black leader has the power of the people behind them. You're not reaching the people. You want the people to be like you. And black Americans we're not going to be these things. You have to have the ability to present something that can unify the people, which was the fear of J. Edgar Hoover, who created this image of the black messiah, somebody who was exciting enough, whatever, that could connect all the people, that could connect the people. That's what he was afraid of. And nobody has been able to do that. And actually, Dr. King was probably the closest, because Dr. King, his religion, he was promoting freedom, justice, equality. No more, no less. Y'all come to church, believe in Jesus Christ. And he didn't do that. He just wanted us to have freedom, justice, and equality. He didn't tell you how to worship. He didn't tell you how to eat. You do that on your own. I just want you to live a happy life being an American citizen. That's all Dr. King wanted. All these other suckers, don't do this, don't do that, believe in the teachings. Dr. King never said nothing about you got to believe in the teachings. He just wanted us to have justice in the American system. No more, no less. He didn't tell us to go to Arabia and praise Arabs and wear funny ass hats and all this other stuff. Be who you are. Just be an American citizen. And what you do in your personal life, that's your business. Black women upset with the black men when I'm happy most of these brothers have come up out of this, but you're going to have to come out. The white man is not your savior. Donald Trump is not going to save you. He can help you to get where we want to go. If you had a place to go, they should be looking at you as a leader. And you could do that if you understood who you were and stop following the hype and all this foolishness. Free your brain up so you can think. But now you like a dog sniffing behind somebody's backside, got doo-doo on your nose and pee-pee dripping from your lip, always in somebody's backside. You need a leader. You got to follow somebody. Somebody else shaping your destiny. Trying to follow dead people. Umar Johnson is a leader. He's trying to follow dead people. Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, they're not here. Trying to follow dead folks. What a dead man might think. The living not supposed to try to follow nobody dead. America is not trying to follow George Washington. America is not trying to follow Abraham Lincoln or Franklin Roosevelt, any of their presidents. They are going to be in the next few months under the leadership of and try to kill them. Just make them more popular. That's all you have done. And his vice president have the same mindset. So you kill Donald Trump and you get J.D. Vance, you probably got somebody even worse. Got the same mindset. Because you can kill the physical body. This idea you cannot kill. I'm talking to all the assassins out there. You can kill the physical body. You can't kill the idea. Malcolm X is still here. Elijah Muhammad is still here. Medgar Evers is still here. You killed the physical body. The physical body is gone. The idea is still here. It's going to stay here, and it's going to stay until the problem is solved. How do you solve the problem? The problem is solved by freedom, justice, and equality. Not just for black men, not just for white men, but for white women, for black women, for all of humanity. You got to give humanity freedom, justice, and equality. You got to respect this planet. You got to respect the trees and the lions and the deer and the goats, even the roaches. You got to respect the life on this planet. You're never going to have any peace. You're not going to get what you really deserve. You're not going to reach your potential until you do what's right. That's why in the scriptures, you got to be righteous. Who got to be right? Right, us. We got to be right, righteous. So we got to connect with each other and do right by each other. The real leader is going to be able to connect to the masses. You cannot please everybody. And some of y'all are silly. I wouldn't want to please you. You adults and you're immature. You behave like kindergarten. All these old silly videos. They're going to put us in slavery and all this old dumb idiot stuff. Immature garbage. Then when you question them, they look stupid. The man was president already in 2016. How many of y'all went to the slave plantation? Dumb idiot stuff. And these are supposed to be adults, grown folks, and children looking at this. So my question is, what did Black Americans, what have we learned? Have we learned anything from this election? I say, hell no. Have not added nothing to the struggle 68. You should be embarrassed, waiting around for the white savior, waiting around for the black woman savior, waiting around for Jesus, waiting around for somebody to come save and do. Somebody like Sean P. Diddy Combs and others, Oprah Winfrey and other people that has made a lot of money. Why they make a lot of money? Why are they so? Because of the struggle, somebody sacrificed, somebody died in order to give them the ability, put them in position and done nothing to add to the struggle. It's embarrassing, it's a shame. So they make Kamala and if she won, she would have done no different than found the Black American, her and what's his name? The other Bernie Sanders. Ain't no reparations. Tariq Nasheed, what every year get his little clique, and they go and march on Washington and go back home with what? Nothing. Don't have nothing. That's embarrassing. But I'm gonna tell you in my conclusion, the time, everything is right for us if you get in your and get up out of all these things. And I'm not telling you not to believe in Jesus. I'm not telling you not to believe in Muhammad. I'm not telling you these things. You're going to have to revise your thinking so that you can take advantage of the time. This presidency, this president who entertained somebody like Kanye West and Ice Cube, he's willing to talk to you if you have something that makes sense. They're entertainers. They ain't have nothing to offer. That's why they couldn't do nothing when he was president the first time. But see, everything has fallen in place. We have something here called the Mississippi Campaign. That's your foundation. There's no more religion. There's no belief. There's no ideology. This is just freedom, justice, and equality. For the masses of people, it don't make no difference what you believe in or what your ideology is, or who you are. This train puts us on the tracks, puts us on the map. And now we can go before the president. Now we can go before the Democratic Party. We can go before the Republican Party. We can create our own party and bring ourselves strength, because it's for to they don't have to believe nothing except themselves. Whether you're drunk, whether you're practicing, or whether you're a CEO at some business, whatever you are, it embraces all of us. And there's a place for all of us. That's what you want. to worry about going to a slave plantation because you're already there. This is about getting off the slave plantation, whether you like it or not. And the only way you're going to get there is get on this train. Inspired by our relatives who was already doing it. The only thing I've done was bring it up to modern times. Those activities, that mindset, that action. They was already doing it. But you keep following Umar Johnson. You keep following these bull-doo-doo YouTube personalities that just take your money, and they give you nothing. I saw a video, we're gonna get out of here. I saw a video not too long ago, because some of y'all love young Pharaoh. And he talking about, I don't like black women no more. I'm gonna get me a transgender woman. What? This is y'all boy. Gave this man thousands, over $1 million. He don't even like black women no more. A man, I want a trans. These are the people you're listening to. These are the people you following and giving your hard-earned dollars to. And they do nothing except take your dollars and screw you around. But you don't care because you just like the idea. He sounds so smart. You like people because they sound smart. But you ignore people who really are smart because what they have to say is not hyped up, don't make you feel good. Life, when you become an adult, it's not about feeling good. That's for drug addicts. That's for alcoholics. I feel good. When I come on here and talk to us, I get high. I feel good, bringing reality, bringing the truth. I'm an adult. As the scriptures say, when I was a child, I spake like a child. When I could become an adult, I push childish things to the side. I'm not interested. And that's what Kamala's campaign was about. Speaking to the children, the child in you, the hype. Everything has come. Everything is in place for us to be successful, for us to be where we need to be. Everything is here. It's up to you to become a grown man, to become an adult woman, and take advantage of the time. The reason why I'm talking to you right now, because I was able to take advantage by any means necessary. These teachings, these beliefs that they fill our mind with, they're limited. They're not flexible. You need something. You need something that's able to, like water. Because water can take all kinds of form. It can be a solid, it can be a liquid, it can be a gas. These teachings that we get and we are loyal to, they can't change. They put us in these boxes, and we've been in these boxes. We can't get out of the box. This is 2024. They're trying to do the same thing Marcus Garvey did. Same thing Elijah Muhammad did. The same thing. Because they caught up in this box. But this is 2024. You got to be able to change and be able to move. You check instead of checkers. You got to be able to think Accept reality, my friend. It's much easier. I did put the link in the description box because I always say, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So I would like for somebody to come here. Brother Denzel, I would like somebody to come here and help. I don't make all because they know that it's a challenge. You're not gonna come here and don't expect not to get. You have to get interrogated just to run their mouth. But they don't want to come here and get interrogated. They want to keep you in the hype. They want to keep you in the grave. They want to keep you out of the light. Keep you in death and sorrow. Keep you on the slave plantation waiting for Kamala Harris. Keep you on the slave plantation waiting for Donald Trump or some other savior. Waiting for a spaceship. When you gonna grow up and stop believing in Santa Claus? That's why they don't like Angel Snuffing Up 7. They don't like Angel Snuffing Up 7 because it means work. A lot of work and sacrifice and maybe even death. So I pretend to be a revolutionary. Just run my mouth. I'm building a school. What's revolutionary about building a damn school and it take you 20 damn years? What's revolutionary about it? Umar Johnson did not respond to my letter, to my email. I would pay you to help me promote the Mississippi campaign, my money, so he can get a koozie, a fancy hotel somewhere. He don't want to really do nothing. And he really want to do nothing. Because he has enough folks that believe in him, that school should have been done a long time ago. They saw he was a loser and his people stopped, but they love the idea. But I want substance. Yeah, I like the idea. All things start off with emotion. When it's going to be. And this stuff goes on and on and on and on. Slavery. Thank you for listening. Jot down your comments, subscribe, share, all that kind of good stuff. And I'm looking forward to our get-together, our main lecture, December the 7th, Saturday, December the 7th, to our main lecture of the year. We call it Soul Liberation Day. Our version of the Nation of Islam's Savior's Day, we call it Soul Liberation Day. It has nothing to do with a savior. It has loving yourself. You are no individual because your brain, our brain is just good as theirs and worth celebrating. And if we put this in motion, what we call the Mississippi campaign, woo! Man, if we accomplish that, whether or not people like it or not, all these titles we give ourselves, this, accomplish this, You earned those titles. So join us December the 7th, Saturday, 2024 for our main lecture, Soul Liberation Day 2025. Our theme is Black Americans, Pioneers of a New Reality. We sort of did a little of that talk today. But we're really going to get into, this is the time. If we don't get enough, you wait the bus tell you to be there at 7:15. You get there at 7:20. Bus been there and gone. Y'all want to miss the train? You want to miss the bus? Okay. Don't complain. Because time waits for no one. Ain't that right, Janet? Was that Janet said time waits for no one? I think that was a Janet Jackson song. Thank you, brothers and sisters. I appreciate it. It's always an honor to be before you. And as our community always say, with love, peace, and soul. And we are Audi 5000.